Hello again. So I thought I'd upload another video because I've now done about 40 hours or just over 40 hours of image streaming. And because I've done so much of it, I felt as now is the right time to debrief, have a listen to my streams, hear what I'm saying, and just find out what's going on. So I'd like to share with you today some of the insights that I tend to get now in my image streams. Um, as time goes by, the images become less random and they gain more meaning, or they send me back to places and memories from my past, and even elicit really specific smells that I had at the time, specific sounds, and so it's quite a rich experience. Here are some of the things that I'd like to share with you. Um, as I said, one example is I go back to my old school and I can really smell again the cleaning fluid for the floors, and also the sound of the electronic hoover or cleaner as it comes round the corridor. And I found that to be an interesting and exciting experience in my stream. And also old places with specific descriptions of where I am geographically, what I was doing, and what's going on in my environment. Um, Another thing is, which is not described a lot in like books and stuff about image streaming, is the effects of the images on my body. So I choose to describe sensations in my body, in my chest, in my spine, my head, wherever during the streams, and what effect that the images might be having on me. And so, yeah, I mean, even stuff that would be considered, I don't know, spiritual comes up, stuff references to chakras and whatnot, and sort of and so forth. I just describe it in those terms, and so it's more than just image streaming. It's sort of streaming an experience and the effect of this experience on my body as well, which I find very interesting actually. Um, and yeah, also hitting on taboos and your inner mind. So I often hit upon suppressed ideas and emotions and thoughts in my streams and address them full on during them. So almost like self psychotherapy. And I hit upon taboos like sex and death frequently during my streams, which I might not otherwise have a chance to address in my daily life because I don't know, either no one talks about it, or it's not the kind of topic I'd want to be searching on the internet for or talking to people about. But in my streams, I can sort of encounter that, process it, think about it, and that's quite therapeutic and helpful actually. Um, yeah. What else can I talk about? Yeah, I mean, I find image streaming to be a very sensual experience, and it's almost like how Walt Whitman once said, to sense infinity in an hour, or to sense the entire universe in a blade of grass. So, I mean, one experience that I had was turning the page in a book in my stream. I described it in so much detail that it was extremely sensuous, like the feeling of the paper against my fingertips, the specific kind of sliding sound of the papers sliding against each other, the smooth velvety friction as the pages turn. And it felt really, it felt really kind of sensuous, and it's really rich experience, and I quite enjoy that. And it's something you just wouldn't experience in your daily life because of the rat race, of the rushing from place to place, and of doing work. You just don't slow down to experience the world in that kind of way, and streaming really gives you a chance to do that. And what else can I share with you? I guess also, bits of science come up as well. I mean, not often, but science does come up. So, mathematical concepts might present themselves in unusual ways, or scientific fields in science. For example, I was describing a supersaturated solution, and I don't even study chemistry. I see trees, particularly bark, and I see the rings on there, and that reminds me of dendrochronology, the study of dating trees. Yeah, so these sort of bits of science also come up. in there as well. Um, yeah, and also often my streams sort of they remind me of things that I used to do when I was younger, but I enjoyed, like passions and hobbies, and which is quite a treat actually. So it's a form of it's an effective form of introspection. So you know how in self-help books they say, "What are your passions? What are your interests? What did you enjoy doing as a child?" Well, streaming sort of gets you into the recesses of your mind, and that's one part of it. And so you get to see what made you tick as a kid. And so I note these things down, and I often regain interest after my streams. And I Google, hey, I was interested in that thing when I was a kid, and it's quite joyful. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to share with you today. I hope some of what I said resonates with your experience, and do share what you can. I'm part of a Facebook group called the Autodidacts, which is um, uh, responsible. Well, they're people who practice image streaming and sometimes share their experience. So check that out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Yeah. See you later.